Oh, snap. It's Friday night and we are live. So you know what that means. An all new episode of the Rehash. Welcome. So glad that you are all here. Thank you to those of you who are tuning in live right now. And thank you to those of us who are watching us on the replay. Much appreciated. Much love to all of you. And may your weekend be blessed. I'm here with my co-host, David. David!
Hey!
David! Hi.
Getting hydrated, getting ready.
Nice. I didn't hydrate enough today, so good.
They say, according to my weight, I should be drinking 2 of these every day.
Damn. Oh my
gosh. That's just not going to happen.
No, that's a lot. That's a lot of. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I think Friday night is officially getting lit because we got Burf Wellington in the chat. We've got Rachel in the chat. We've got MLav in the chat. We've got Grace in the chat.
Look at this.
Yes.
I think that's what we call our regulars.
HR is in the building and HR is watching.
They are. HR is always watching.
Yeah. So how was your week?
Oh, pretty standard. I get the second Pfizer shot on Monday. So
yay!
There
you go. We'll chat about how you qualified because I'm like Tiny Tim with the rickets and I'm still not eligible for. Anyway.
Yeah. Let's just say bribes were made and murder was threatened.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool. I will probably make a call to the Yakas. Anyway, let's get started with the show.
Let's do it.
Doug's here.
Hey, Doug.
Yeah. Hey, Doug. All right. Well, let's get started with the show.
Hmm.
So loyal viewers of the show know that my my algorithm is in shambles and my targeted ads on Facebook are chaos. So I'm calling in an audible from HR to
Hmm.
help me figure out what I clicked.
I,
Am
I
I
Look
just
at
too
that.
am.
all
I too
hydrated?
am.
Am I just
I too am
ashy?
hydrating.
Look at that. HR even has the time reminders.
Yeah.
Look
I'm
at
just
that.
all right. Cool. I'm just gonna be ashy the whole time.
Yep. It's.
Oh, all
Do
right.
we get
Cool.
ashy if we don't drink water?
Yes, white
Oh,
people
okay.
get ashy too.
Oh, okay.
I'm.
That's good.
I'm just. That's my skin tone is ashy.
It is. With
It's
your
just-
beard, it kind of looks ashy.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you.
You're
That's
welcome.
not a. All right.
That's not a compliment, dude.
It's a great beard.
What is wrong with you? Anyway,
Let's get on to the bit.
because this is I'm scared, you guys. All right. Help me figure out what and if you're in the chat, please and kindly chime in to what and tell us what you think I might have clicked.
All right.
Mhm.
All right, let's first slide. Yeah, a fart blanket. What I click to get this violence from Etsy?
I mean, okay. So, what is a fart blanket? Is it a blanket that farts, or is it a blanket that collects farts?
I don't. They didn't specify. All I know is that it's just a fart blanket.
Well, now I've got to.
I don't know what I could.
Okay,
I don't know what I
I'm.
clicked.
Well, it's only $30.
That's a
Yeah.
lot for a blanket, though. That feels.
Is it?
Is it? Maybe. I don't know. I'm used to getting blankets on sale at Target.
Right.
A handcrafted fart blankets. Are they crocheting the farts? Like, what is
It's-
happening? And why did it need to be advertised to me?
Well, okay. So do you have like a fart soundboard for some of your like do you have a comedy bit where you're working with a fart soundboard?
Nope.
Don't lie, Toki. I love
I
your
don't.
fart soundboard.
I have a poop joke that's also a ghost story, but it's mostly a poop joke. But I don't have like fart material, so I don't know.
Are you working on new fart material? Like is that something
I guess
that
I
you're
should
coming out with?
be. I guess I should be.
Yeah.
No.
Personally, Toki, it doesn't. I don't think you clicked something to have it be a fart blanket. I think the computer just knows.
Okay. All right. Noted.
Yeah. And it looks like Grace is going to buy you a fart blanket. So
I mean, thank you, but also I'm scared. I'm very scared.
yeah, maybe it hurt. Maybe the computer heard you fart.
I think that's what it is.
Alexa.
You think that it's the webcams that are spying on you, but it's the speakers
Yeah.
that
It's
are
the
listening in
internal
on
mics.
farts.
Yeah. The speakers are two ways. Who knew?
Oh my goodness! All right, well let's check out the next one. What is we doing? Golden Girls hot sauce.
Man, I'm just more upset that this isn't in my. This
You want
this
some?
isn't-
I mean, I get the ad at least twice a week. I can send you some Golden Girls hot sauce.
Well, here's the thing: you do a Cheers podcast.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's around the same time, right?
Yeah.
So maybe they're just like, oh, maybe this customer is a fan of 80s classic television.
They're both good shows. Golden Girls goes that theme song slaps. It really
To
does.
this day.
Yes.
It's
That and the theme song from 9 to 5 are
Oh,
my
yeah.
two favorite.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not familiar with the Golden Girls, but does hot slut apply to that character?
Yeah, Blanche was out here hoeing, and she's living her best whole life safely. And we don't sex shame here on the Rehash.
No.
So we celebrate her living her best whole life.
And she
But,
could
like,
get it. She could
Yeah.
get it. Good
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
for her.
yeah.
That wasn't Betty White, was it?
No, that's
Oh,
Rose.
Okay.
Yeah. Although secretly, I think we all wanted Rose to be the slut.
I thought about it, and I don't. Okay, next slide.
Next slide.
Thank you for being a friend. More obscene greeting cards. I don't know what I'm
Wow.
doing to get these cards.
Oh.
Shawshank you for being a friend. Since we're talking about
Oh, is it because of Shawshank or is it because
Yeah.
of Shank?
yeah, both.
It's funny. I never made that Shank connection.
What did I click?
Well,
What did I click?
are you at the point in your quarantine where you're making shanks in your home?
Probably. You know what? It's a good thing my toothbrush is bamboo and not plastic because I would have melted it down at some point.
Bamboo's strong though. You can make
Right.
a shank out of bamboo.
Yeah,
That's no lie.
It's very true. But I went the biodegradable route for my toothbrush.
Right. How do you think pandas have survived so long?
True. Yeah, I don't know what I clicked. I don't know what I clicked for this. All right.
How many times have you seen Shawshank Redemption?
Once.
Yeah.
That's really all you need for that movie. It's a great movie, though.
Yeah.
It is 6 hours long.
The extended cut.
It is literally a Ken Burns film.
Yeah.
The extended shank.
Peter Jackson made a trilogy out of it.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's see the next one. Yeah, a Baja Blast scented candle. Also from
Ooh.
I don't know if I'm smelling Baja or Blast, but I just know I don't think I want that.
I think you want either of those things.
I don't know. What did I click? What did I click?
Like a Code Red Mountain Dew candle I could get behind, but Baja Blast was the worst of all the Mountain Dews, in my opinion.
I don't know.
This goes back to your computer knowing how much you fart.
You know, okay,
candles.
Fine.
And this just happened to be the scented candle that's on sale this week.
Yeah.
For
Just
$25.
Coincident. Right.
That's what a hell of a
David,
sale.
I will not have you talk about my farts on live TV.
All right, we'll text after.
Okay.
It's a good thing this is on the internet.
Damn it. And the internet is for oh man.
The internet
Switch on TV.
It's true.
My TV ID just put me on blast in like
That's
Nice.
there it is. The thing is, nobody else would have seen that if I wouldn't have put it up on the screen.
Oh,
like the replay wouldn't have seen that.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So we got to make sure the replay gets the full money's worth here.
Yeah, this is true. Do we have one more? Yeah, role play for your cat. So you can put on this thing to become your cat, and your cat can put on a hat to become a person. And I don't know why I got this freak shit on my timeline.
Oh boy.
What did I click? I don't even own a cat.
So do you, and this is fine. Like, is this the kind of thing that maybe you and your partner are like, have you discussed this? Like, is this something you might like be wanting to try?
You know, oddly enough, we're very conservative and vanilla and just, there's no way. David, you know, there's no way. Trevor.
No, yeah, that wouldn't happen.
No.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is. Are you considering getting a pet?
Well, okay. The world knows I need a raccoon, but I will tolerate having a cat in lieu of said raccoon.
Well, you could get a cat that is as big as a raccoon.
This is, yeah.
All cats are just one bad day away from being a raccoon.
Bad day or good day? Come on.
Well, yeah,
true.
Depends.
Yeah, I don't know. If any of you in the chat have any ideas, please.
Is that what cats think people look like? Like, that is not a good disguise.
Yeah. It looks because the human head with the cat face in it.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like a cat is trying to escape from a human's gullet.
It's the worst Snapchat filter. Like,
it is. It's not great.
Yeah.
It's $10.
I don't know, Tookie. I think you should get. I think you should probably just get a new computer.
Yeah.
At this point, and burn this one.
The computer.
Yes.
And all the cookies that are in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point, it's a wrap.
Yeah. Don't just delete the cookies. Burn your computer.
Burn. Melt it down.
Burn it down.
Bury it on consecrated ground.
Oh my gosh. Well, that has been What the F is Facebook trying to sell me. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, HR.
I'm stressed out.
Well, you ever need to relax, you can just light up a couple Baja Blast scented candles.
I absolutely shall not.
And even you can And just imagine you're in a Taco Bell at 3 in the morning.
Disgusting, David. I want no part.
I would go anywhere right now.
I'm so sad. I'm so sad.
That's okay.
I'm not vaccinated enough to Baja Blast my house.
I'll do it and let you know.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Appreciate you. All right, shall we get into the B5W?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. This week's bad film of the week was 90s comedy classic B.A.P.S. Black American Princesses.
Yeah.
David, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, honestly, it wasn't bad. This is what every other we've watched a string of average to bad movies lately, and B.A.P.S. is what all those other ones are trying to be. Like it was 1997.
Mm-hmm.
A lot hasn't aged well. But like the whole I don't know when the whole like girls from the hood turn rich white person's life upside down angle became a thing.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, their back and forth with Manly the butler, I gotta say that got me. I thought that was kind of hilarious.
Yeah, it's great.
It's
Alfred. At the end, touching.
Yeah, right. And yeah, I don't know. It's crazy seeing Halle Berry.
Yeah.
In that kind of role, because and again, this is gonna sound bad, but like she is I don't know. I've never seen Halle Berry in like, I guess I haven't seen her in that many roles, but she was really going for it,
Mm-hmm.
1997, I don't know when Halle Berry was like early in her career.
This was like the early mid period.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's just insane seeing Halle Berry in this kind of movie to me.
Yeah.
I guess I really only know her from X-Men.
Okay.
Which was an even weirder hair color.
Yeah.
Her and that. But her co-star was pretty hilarious. I haven't seen her.
Oh, rest in peace to her.
Shit.
Also, just this past year, but she was also in the landmark film, the made-for-TV adaptation of Cinderella, with Brandy as Cinderella and Whitney Houston as the fairy godmother.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
she was funny. Their whole back and forth I thought was great. And there was another. Do you remember when we watched Theodore Rex?
Yes.
How I pointed out how it's almost like the director is like, you just need to make a lot of weird noises all the time.
In the backgrounds.
The
ambient noise is like bizarre.
There was so much of that in this movie. Like when Halle Berry's dancing in the line for the audition, and she's just like, ooh, ah, and like the way that whenever they walk somewhere, they're like, ha. It's really, is that like a 90s thing? It was really weird.
I think that was a 90s sound mixing trope.
Yeah.
At some point. Yeah.
Man, I just like, I don't know. I liked it. I did.
Yeah.
I honestly did. I thought it was funny. And Halle Berry and the other woman whose name I can't remember, they've had a fun chemistry. And
Natalie Desselle,
yeah. And yeah, I don't know. As far as bad films of the week, this is
a fun one.
This is genuine top 5.
Nice.
I think.
I had a feeling you might enjoy this one, so I'm very happy.
You were correct. You were correct.
Yay. Did you feel like you learned anything?
I did. I just like so again, it will sound bad. Halle Berry, I know that she half black, half white.
Mm-hmm.
Did her like, because I've only ever seen her in movies, and I'm sure because like with her being lighter skinned and everything, I'm sure that they were like, you gotta act a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Did it seem like she was over the top here, or was that like, it was clearly intentional?
Yes.
I guess, yeah. And I'm really not trying to sound like an ignorant bore here, but like it was crazy seeing Halle Berry in a movie with this kind of character when I'm so used to seeing her as, you know, like she's like the sexy bombshell, which like she is in this, but like she's doing it in this over the top way.
Yeah, well, you got to watch some of her earlier films. No
Yeah.
shade, but like with original nose. In Boomerang and oh man, she was in Jungle Fever, Boomerang, Strictly Business. Like you got to watch her films from the early 90s because
Okay.
she was making films for the culture. And then there was a certain point at which her career kind of pivoted and she
Right.
started going a little bit more mainstream. But this was definitely a film for the culture.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it was really, again, it was one of those movies, and I feel like it's a 90s thing, but like there's like a scene happening, and it's like at the start when she's working in the diner and she's like walking past the tables and you just hear little snippets of what people are saying and these random things out of context, like, oh, you burnt my steak or whatever. Like it seems like such a 90s thing.
That is 90s sound mixing to a T.
It really is.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. It was fun. You
had fun. You had fun.
You were correct. You have been correct almost every week in knowing if I'm going to hate it or like it. You knew I would love No Retreat, No Surrender, which I did.
Yes.
This is up there with that, and weirdly enough, Loquisha, I keep talking about every week.
I know stop chasing that dragon, David.
I don't know if I can. It's my pink elephant now.
Oh my God.
It's
just help. Okay, so do you usually rate films on a scale of 1 to 10, or in terms of how much white guilt they make you feel? This was a pretty wholesome story. Like how much white guilt did you feel?
It was wholesome, but it's still just the whole like I said, you know, like Black women come in to make this white man's life better. You know, it's I feel like I need to burn 10 DVDs of The Help.
Yes.
I think that'll make me.
That's fair. That's good atonement.
Yeah, and I think Halle Berry needs to get another Oscar nomination. I think I'll see what I can do.
Shall we get into the deep dive of the lesson that we can learn from this film?
I'm excited.
All right, let's do it. Let us do it. So this movie teaches us a little bit about respectability politics. So let's talk about it. Respectability politics.
Okay.
Here we have once the slider ready. Yes, a handy dandy Urban Dictionary definition for the viewers at home. Yes. So respectability politics, or the politics of respectability, is a set beliefs holding that conformity to prescribed mainstream standards of appearance and behavior will protect a person who's part of a marginalized group, especially a Black person, from prejudice and systemic injustice. It's a form of moralistic discourse used by some prominent figures, leaders, or academics who are members of various marginalized groups, which we'll talk about soon enough. So the concept was first articulated in 1993 by Harvard professor of African American Studies, Evelyn Brooks Higginbotham. And that's her photo. In her book, Righteous Discontent, the Women's Movement in the Black American Baptist Church, 1880 to 1920. In the context of Black American history, respectability politics was practiced, I can speak English, I promise, practiced as a way of attempting to consciously set aside and undermine cultural and moral practices thought to be disrespected by wider society, especially in the context of the family and good manners. You can think of respectability politics as a byproduct of fictive kinship. Oh yes, we're learning new vocab here, people. Get your dictionaries ready. Okay, so fictive kinship is that thing when if something happens for one, it happens for all. In terms of race, it's something that white people don't experience because, for example, even when you have people who perpetrate acts of violence rooted in white male identity, their actions aren't attributed to the collective as they are with non-white counterparts. It's why even though mass shooters in America have skewed white and male and do have a type of profile, each incident is looked at as an isolated incident because it's just that one guy who's mentally unwell. Whereas I can't walk around a Saks Fifth Avenue without the whole staff following me around because, the blacks, they all steal. So fictive kinship can sometimes apply to positive connotations, but it more or less defaults to negative stereotypes when it's about minorities. And anytime a person of color does something positive, they're looked at as an exception rather than the rule. Because even though Barack Obama won the Nobel Peace Prize, the blacks, they all steal. But back to the main topic here. In her book, and I'm telling you, if you love the rehash, get yourself a Gosh Darn Library card, Evelyn Brooks Higginbotham coined the term the politics of respectability to describe social and political changes in the Black community during this 40-year span of time. She used it specifically in the context of Black women and their efforts to distance themselves from the stereotypical and disrespected aspects of their communities. She notes that the revitalization of the Black Baptist Church is how it became a center for self-help for Black individuals, particularly Black women, who used the church as a community buttress for resistance against racism and dehumanization. In the Jim Crow South, these women built schools and provided social services to enhance their respectability and promote their communities, and went around telling other women that if they did the same, they would be respected too. This type of outreach expanded to teachers who, because to be a Black teacher or any authority figure is essentially a political act, encouraged their students to integrate themselves into white middle-class communities in the hopes that doing so would inspire students to escape racial injustice and disassociate themselves with negative stereotypes. Black communities were also expected to integrate themselves into being more white in order to gain access to political benefits. Respectability politics presents itself in three main forms, which are practiced by people from marginalized communities who believe that respectability politics will aid them in achieving social mobility. The first form reinforces a hierarchy to contrast a respectable individual against a shameful other. Any behavior deemed unworthy of respect within a specific group will be condemned and deemed inferior compared to differing respectable behavior. So an example could be like the Madonna whore complex, that dichotomy that people use to categorize women, which gross, don't do that. The second encourages people to defy stereotypes attributed to different aspects of their identity. So in racial identity, it's like, your race, gender identity, queer identity, those kinds of things. And that's an attempt to present oneself as respectable. So like, how there's a stereotype about Asian students being like super studious and, like obsessed with math. Like it's an unfair stereotype. And sometimes there are people, not that I'm here to speak on that, but like I've at least gone to school with some folks who are like actively trying to, disassociate themselves from the stereotype of like just being completely bookish and being, perceived as a normal student. And the third involves tailoring one's behavior to better comply with white middle-class cultural norms, but as a consequence, they reinforce the status quo. So someone who chooses to speak in standard American English as opposed to African American vernacular English, or the Black accent if you're on TikTok, to a non-Black audience would be seen as aligning with white cultural norms. To this day, respectability politics and impression management, another vocab term right here, behaviors that stem from it, continue to influence the behavior of Black individuals who utilize it to gain access to status and rights by adhering to hegemonic standards of what it means to be respectable. Black people who practice respectability politics are stereotyped as acting white and also are most concerned with being seen as lazy, intellectually inferior, violent, and immoral. And while respectability politics has been an important way for Black people in the U.S. to integrate into free post-Civil War society and into emancipation, today there are many examples of Black individuals arguing that, quote, a deliberate concession to mainstream societal values does not promote respect, but is instead a defense mechanism of minority communities. Also, fun fact, having to navigate through a racist ass society is stressful as hell and does a number on your mental health. Several research studies have concluded that as part of the burden of mental health problems with Black Americans is due to assimilationist behaviors, and that the way in which Black Americans negotiate and navigate everyday social spaces has adverse impact on their mental health. I, as someone who lives in Boston, can attest to the fact that encountering scenarios that feel racist put me through immense mental strain, because sometimes you don't know if someone's being hostile toward you because they're racist or because they're an asshole. And in Boston, everyone's an asshole and racist. Across all socioeconomic levels, many Black people agree that partaking in impression management, whether or not they incorporate the three aspects of respectability politics I named earlier, is necessary in order to navigate everyday life in a racialized society. However, these behaviors are also referred to as vigilant behaviors, and they can have negative consequences. The vigilant behaviors can be defined as anticipatory and ruminative thoughts and behaviors involved in the preparation for discriminatory treatment. For many Black people, vigilant behaviors take the form of altering one's presentation, dress, speaking, etc., and avoiding social situations where there might be a high likelihood of discrimination. In other words, anticipating discrimination-based stress and maneuvering in a way to help avoid it. But of course, research shows that anticipating stress with almost daily frequency is detrimental to one's health, because this activates the body's primary stress response system and can cause, quote, dysfunction of the stress response system and poor mental and physical health. Fun. So respectability politics is a cruel treadmill of bullshit, because once one aspect of being white is achieved, another obstacle is placed in your way, and people who engage in respectability politics either see and are complicit or don't see it, but they eventually learn. The oppressor is always going to move the goalpost. The biggest failure in engaging in respectability politics that participants fail to challenge is that participants fail to challenge the mainstream for its failure to accept the marginalized group into the mainstream, and that diversity also exists within the group. It puts the burden of combating racism onto those who are oppressed in the first place. We don't really tolerate either of these people here on the Rehash, but what the Candace Owenses of the world like to willfully deny and ignore is blatantly laid out in a Kanye West lyric of all things, which is, even if you in a Benz, you still an N-word in a coupe. The truth of the matter is, all the prep school education and surface level social status you might gain from aligning yourself with whiteness isn't going to protect you from anti-Blackness. Cue the Hotep meme. Is your third eye open yet? Moving on. People who are both fully aware of and are just waking up to this reality understand and agree that negatively stereotyped behavior should not be met with deadly force. No one deserves to be killed because they're wearing a hoodie or saggy pants or fit the profile in general. No matter what you look like or where you grew up and reside, being a living, breathing human being should inherently mean you deserve respect. So where does B.A.P.S come in all of this? Well, the two protagonists, Niecy and Mickey, are what we know today as ratchet. Mm-hmm. Though I believe in the 90s, the term du jour was ghetto fabulous. Yes. The pair are portrayed as stereotypical hood rats and ghetto, and thus, by white middle-class standards, not worthy of being seen in a respectable light. Their aspirations are deemed far too lofty for folks who live where they do and who come from their social station. Hence why Mr. Blakemore's bum-ass nephew Isaac and his associate Antonio figured they could just pluck any old Black woman off the street to participate in their thieving scams because, you know, the Blacks, they all steal. Triple callback, Venmo me for all my hard work at T. Kavanaugh. So, and who better to target than two women who they think look dumb enough to participate in their scheme? Yet, as it turns out, these two women are the most wholesome and morally upright people in that whole story, regardless of what they look like. There are moments early on in their interactions with the Blakemore estate where they engage in a bit of code switching, right? In their respectability politics, meaning that they alter their speech in patterns depending on who's around, as demonstrated by Niecy's handbook on proper English that she utilizes to help communicate with the snooty white people in the film. Though it's when they finally are just their authentic selves, gold teeth, perceived uncouthness, and all, that Mr. B sees their heart and deems them worthy of his financial benefit. I mean, it's complicated given that he's an old white guy who had Black servants. But he didn't need those women to engage in respectability politics to fit into and fit into Beverly Hills for him to still see their humanity and their value and give them the respect they inherently deserve as human beings. Pretty Woman said, "You can be a hooker with a heart of gold." And B.A.P.S said, "Hold my Alizé and Hennessy," by elaborating and expanding on the narrative through incorporating how race impacts perception and how that perception affects who, with the power to do so, deems you worthy enough to grant you access to social mobility if you don't already have it. Another thing the movie illustrates is how Black women in particular have combated respectability politics through rebranding of the derogatory terms like ghetto and ratchet. Those who identify as ratchet reclaim the negative stereotypes associated with Black culture and ratchetness, such as hypersexuality, and flip it instead to mean embracing their individualism. And of course, given that there are pros and cons to everything, rebranding and reclaiming negative stereotypes has the potential for Black feminine liberation, but is also criticized for the limitations contained within the narrow confines of the terms that are being reconceptualized. So for example, ratchet being associated with heterosexuality confines the potential to liberate in the context of being ratchet. It's a whole thing. Also, don't let Miley Cyrus know we're advocating for ratchet liberation. She's done enough. Respectability politics does manifest itself in other communities, though. But because I'm not a member, it's not really my place to elaborate on that with like personal accounts because it's not my story to tell. Though to provide at least a broader overview, respectability politics in the context of the LGBTQ community is the assimilation of LGBTQ people based on sexuality and or transgender status into a hegemonic and heteronormative society. And in other minority communities, we can look at the response to the spike of hate crimes against Asian and Asian Americans during Cove, because your boy Andrew Yang wrote in a Washington Post op-ed that, quote, "Asian Americans need to embrace and show our Americanness in ways that we never have before. We should show without a shadow of a doubt that we are Americans who will do our part for our country in this time of need." Which, bro, that is such an ashy opinion. Like, that's such a raggedy opinion, bro. And once again, places the onus on Asian people to combat their own oppression rather than placing the responsibility of not being racist pigs onto their aggressors. Respectability politics essentially rationalizes racism, sexism, bigotry, and violence. And it doesn't help that prominent figures have gone around HBCUs and for example, and talked about how Black people need to do better, but have never done so to white students at PWIs, right? So this whole hoe, Bill Cosby, went on an hour-long speech about pound cake, blaming the plight of Black Americans on a culture of poverty. And if that speech wasn't already enough of a sign to throw him under the jail, I don't know what was. But in his 2005 book, Is Bill Cosby Right or Has the Black Middle Class Lost Its Mind?, sociologist Michael Eric Dyson criticized Cosby for blaming low-income Blacks for not taking personal responsibility because Cosby is ignoring white society's responsibility in creating the problems he wants the poor to fix on their own. And Barack went and referenced the Chris Rock bit, N-words versus Black people, saying, quote, Chris Rock had a routine. I'm not going to do a Barack. Chris Rock had a routine. He said too many of our men, they're proud. They'll brag about the things they're supposed to be doing. They say, well, I'm not in jail. Well, you're not supposed to be in jail. Barack, what are you doing? What are you doing, Barack? Members of marginalized groups get nowhere when trying to police their own and show their values as being compatible with mainstream values rather than challenging the mainstream for its failure to accept difference. And it's not that we shouldn't strive for social betterment of communities or self-improvement. See, Malcolm X was big on talking about drug abuse and family issues in the Black community and improving these things. But unlike those who place the blame for social issues squarely on the oppressed, he never detached the context within which these issues came about. So this is a really deep issue that contains many facets that merit individual deep dives on their own, but it's imperative to understand that trying to humanize yourself by saying, I'm not one of them, and issue apologies for who you are and the people who you come from, like the further we play into that, into the hands of the system that dehumanizes, the further we play into that means that we further play into the hands of the system that dehumanizes us in the first place. I told you I speak English. I'll leave you with this quote by author Melissa Harris Perry from her book, Sister Citizen, which you should definitely read. African-American women are standing in a room skewed by stereotypes that deny their humanity and distort them into ugly caricatures of their true selves. As they struggle to find the upright in this crooked room, they are beset by the emotional, physiological, and political consequences of race and gender shaming. This shaming has tangible and even disastrous consequence. And this is not just limited to Black women. This is definitely for women. Hello, Women's History Month. We are born into a crooked room and told that we are wrong. But remember, you're not crooked. The room is. How we feeling? We good? We learned something?
No, I genuinely do.
Cool.
The whole notion of having standards for behavior is something that's always really, I don't know, man. I just don't fucking get it. And it's so apparent when you lay it out that way.
Yeah. I'm just hoping.
No, honestly, no, Tooky, you're fucking like, that's what I love about this show. And Grace says in the chat, when is Tooky getting a TED Talk?
Oh, the world doesn't need that kind of negativity.
Took Talk. But that really quick note about B.A.P.S, which your lesson just now sort of made me realize is like what I do really like about that movie is how, well, one, the friends never turn on each other. And it's so, when they sort of realize, like when they uncovered a plot and they sort of realize what they're doing too, it's never shaming them for their actions or like how they acted. It's giving, the characters had the agency to figure it out for themselves. And the movie never talked down to them. No. And like, they were always very genuinely good, supportive people. But it's like, well, this is our ticket, you know? And yeah. That's good shit. That's good shit.
Yay. Well, I'm glad. This is what we do on the Rehash. We learn.
Sure is.
We learn. We learn through bad movies.
Bad. Well, this week, bad.
This week, bad. Some weeks they've been genuinely
bad. Most weeks, fucking ass. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's keep the show rolling. Up next, we've got a little bit of music from the house band, and then we welcome our guests. So please enjoy some jazzy tunes for our house band, Lovers Lounge.
Ooh.
1, here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Everybody drunk out on the dance floor. Baby girl, ass jiggle like she want more. Like she a groupie, I ain't even on tour. Maybe cause she heard that I rhyme hardcore. Or maybe cause she heard that I buy out the stores. Bottom of the ninth and a man about to score. If not, gotta move to the next. Now everybody in the club getting tipsy. 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 Now everybody in the club getting tipsy. Everybody in the club getting tipsy. Everybody in the club getting tipsy. All right, Lovers Lounge, everybody.
You know, that is perhaps my favorite remix of an old classic.
Nice, yeah.
That song is a special place in my heart.
Yeah, snap, snap.
Yeah.
Shall we
again?
Oh, what's up, David?
I'm just saying again. Every week, Lovers Lounge gracing us is it's just the eternal gift, you know.
Well, they're here every week, folks, and so be sure to look out for that album, that compilation that they're supposed to be doing. Shall we bring on our guest? I'm so excited.
Very excited for our guest.
Everyone, please welcome the very fantastic and wonderful Marissa Emanuele.
Hello. Thanks for having me. That was lovely. That was lovely playing music. I'm waiting for the Spotify playlist.
Yes, it's supposed. I mean, like it's a whole thing. It's supposed to be up at some point. Yeah, I'll talk to the band leader.
That'd be great. If you could prioritize, send me a link. That'd be fantastic.
Yes, of course. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here. I loved the movie as well. I'm super excited that I showed up for the week that there was actually a good movie. I'm super excited about that because I'm always I'll do the extra credit. I'm gonna watch the movie.
It was
a delight.
Optional. It was a
delight. I was texting Tookie last night while I was watching it in real time because I didn't know what to expect. And I was like, maybe I'll watch like 10 minutes of this. We'll see how it goes. I was hooked. Halle Berry,
Yes.
comedic icon. Who knew? Incredible.
The bidet scene, iconic.
I was
God,
screaming.
yeah, that was hilarious.
I was screaming. I was like, this is Lucille Ball, like taking chocolates off the conveyor belt status.
Yes.
It was lovely.
Chef's kiss.
She's fantastic. Haven't seen anything like that from her before. Delightful. So much fun.
Go ahead, David. Sorry.
I'm just saying, you genuinely did luck out because we've been doing this every week since what, like September? And when I say that B.A.P.S was in my top 5, I mean it's one of the movies that did not want to make me go to sleep forever. It's this and like 3 others that I can tolerate. So when Tookie says you're gonna like it, it's genuine. My Friday is significantly less worse. But.
Yeah. Overall, how would you rate this film? Did you learn anything from it? Did you like it?
I did. I feel like it was really I don't know. I like now, obviously I'm still processing, as is everybody in the chat. I think what you just did, and I would love, like, you need to release just the clip of that because that was beautiful, exquisite, loved it. I learned a lot, and actually that was such a really good way to frame it, and obviously way better than anything my dumbass could come up with. But loved it. I thought Halle Berry was super funny. I thought they were both incredible. I thought the female friendship in like this beautiful way, like Dave mentioned this, like they didn't turn on each other. It was just like a nice, beautiful friendship. And it was super funny. It was great. 10 out of 10. Maybe not 10 out of 10. That's a stretch.
Yeah.
Nice, but
we'll be realistic about it. But it was good for what it was. And it
gave me Romy and Michelle high school reunion vibes. And then I looked it up and realized it came out the same year. And so I was like, okay, 1997 had a very strong aesthetic, a very strong fashion aesthetic, very strong comedic vibe. Thought that was very interesting.
Yeah.
Free on Daily Motion in 2 parts.
And you can watch it at a 1.25% speed if you'd like to get through it in an hour and 10.
Noted. So shall we get into the shenanigans?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. This is a segment we like to call What's Your Deal? Where we deal you out some numbers and you get to pick some at random. So tonight, David, what have we got? We got 1 through 5?
1 through 5, indeed.
1 through 5. So pick any number at random and we'll go.
Let's start with number 5.
Let's start with number. David, that's you.
That is me. HR, if you can go ahead and bring up this slideshow. So a loose theme tonight of being dynamic duos. Marissa, you're going to play dynamic duos.
Damn it, David.
All right. So I'm going to give you a duo, and you're going to tell me if you think they're from a movie, a TV show, or a video game.
All right, I got this.
All right, first up, Mario and Luigi.
Video game.
You got it. Technically, we would have accepted movie and TV show as well.
We don't talk about that.
You're right. I haven't seen the Mario Brothers movie, but we did watch Theodore Rex, so I feel like I've seen it.
You've seen it.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Close enough. All right, next up, Ren and Stimpy.
Oh, TV show. Come on. Child of the 90s. Yes, classic.
Yep. You got some easy ones up top. Next up.
I appreciate this.
Marlin and Dory.
Movie? Finding Nemo?
You are correct.
Yes.
Well,
does anybody remember Marlin? Like that? I feel like that one tripped me up for a minute, but we got there.
I don't really remember Finding Nemo much at all, to be completely honest with you. Dory's still going to.
That was like formative when I was in like middle school and they'd roll the TV in for substitute teacher. So I saw it 100 times.
David.
Oh, every time we did sub, we watched Rudy. So I missed out on Finding Nemo.
That was also in the sub rotation. Yeah. My school must have had one copy of Finding Nemo that we all watched.
Probably. All right, next up. Troy Barnes and Abed Nadir.
Community. Troy and Abed in the morning.
Perfect.
Yes.
Pictured there.
This one's a little, guys. I feel like you're going easy on me.
David's going easy on you. This is a warm up. It's fine. It's
a warm up. It's your first game of What's Your Deal. So let's go to the next one. Dominic Toretto and Brian O'Connor.
Movie.
Bonus points if you can guess the movie.
I cannot.
Oh well, you are correct. It's a movie. That is Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, I fully missed that one. Fully missed the full franchise. All 32 of them.
Wow. Well, if you ever want to know what family is, make sure to check it out.
I've heard
Yeah.
that's the key.
You clearly need to live your life a quarter mile at a time, and Fast and Furious can help you get there. Next up, Vincent Vega, Jules Winfield.
Good Lord.
I spoke too soon, guys. Got really hard. TV show?
Nope. First one off, Pulp Fiction.
Okay, I got the Community ones on lock. That one's that I got.
Don't worry, the rest are all from Community. Oh, did I say that? All right, next up, Bill Reiser and Lance Bean.
TV show.
Nope. That's a video game. Contra.
I was going to go with a video game as a guess, but that felt like very formal names for a video game. That felt like a lot of detail to add in.
Yeah, normally they just have first names, don't they? But, all right, I had to mix it up a little bit. Next up, Banjo and Kazooie.
That one's for me.
Television show?
Nope.
No. That was shame, and like Tookie just looked at me like so disappointed. Like, I can't believe you didn't know that. I'm so sorry. What video game is this?
Banjo Kazooie.
Banjo Kazooie.
Duh.
True classic. Sound off in the chat.
6 times on N64. I love that game.
Oh yeah, Banjo Kazooie is amazing. Next up, Norm Peterson and Cliff Clavin.
Television show.
Yes, from Cheers. Well done.
This is nice synergy for Tookie's podcast. Are we going to do a little plug, a little nice tie-in?
Here's cast every Tuesday at 8:30.
Next up, Tookie and David.
Damn it.
That would be a television show. It's my favorite television show, and it's on the internet.
Trick question, everything.
Oh my God. This. What is this freeze?
Check out our upcoming video game, Dave Joe Tootzooey.
I hate it here.
It's beautiful.
Oh my God.
That is really, I would believe that. That's impeccable Photoshop. Nice done. Yeah. Nicely done to whoever pulled that one off.
Oh yeah. It's not like whoever did that definitely didn't do it 4 minutes before the show started. I'll tell you that much.
No, that was locked and loaded, ready to go.
Sure was. Well done.
Okay, pick another number.
Let's go number 2.
Number two. Oh, that's a square up. Shall you? Shall we?
I do it, Tookie? Yes.
You shall. You shall.
I shall. Okay, let's bring up Square Up. So special edition is Square Up here, Marissa. Normally, so the way it works, we're going to give you pairs of people, and you're going to tell us who would win in a fight and why.
Now, so this is which Halle Berry character would win in a fight.
Exactly.
I love it.
Use any logic you wish.
We don't pit women against each other. We pit them against themselves. Women's History Month, you guys.
Yeah, it's really psychological.
Our worst enemy is only ourselves.
All right, first up, Storm versus Catwoman.
All right. Catwoman's got, so I don't have a lot of the superhero context, so I'm going to go purely on superficial matters. Catwoman, the cats are terrifying. I wouldn't fight with a cat, just generally, broadly speaking. Even if I was I want to get one of those cat hoods from earlier in the episode, the disguises. But no, I would go, let's go with Catwoman. I would, that's where my money is.
All righty. Controversial pick, yet I respect it. Next up, Jinx from Die Another Day, James Bond movie, versus Ginger from Swordfish, that Hugh Jackman movie. Is it Hugh Jackman?
I don't know. It happened.
Well, there you go. Jinx and Ginger.
We are really digging into the Halle Berry archives today.
Yes.
We're really getting in deep. Let's go with Jinx, because like that Ginger looks like she can like make her way through a sticky situation, but Jinx has got a gun, man. That's what you need at the end of the day. Like that's what we're gonna go with.
Also, hello to Kit Tempest in the chat.
Hi, Kit. Ginger looks disappointed that Jinx is pointing a gun at her.
That was purposeful. I thought this through, people.
They do look like they're fighting. You staged this nicely.
Thank you.
Perfect. Next up, Natalie from Strictly Business versus Sharon Stone the Flintstones movie.
Now we're unlocking repressed memories from like the 90s of the Flintstones movie that I haven't considered since I was a child. Halle Berry. No wonder all the dads watch the Flintstones because they. All right, we're gonna go with Sharon Stone because she can make fire. She could probably like do some shit with rocks. Like that's
logical. I'm here for it.
She can make it happen. Yeah, we're gonna go with Sharon Stone.
Well done. Next up, Angela from Boomerang versus Ginger Ale from Kingsman 2.
Digging real deep. We're digging real deep. Okay. All right, we're gonna go. This is now purely based on 2 photos alone, and guys, we're gonna go on the right. We're gonna go with Ginger Ale from Kingsman 2.
Right.
Academic, knows how to like really think things through, gets to the crux of the issue. We're gonna go with Ginger Ale.
All right.
I think that'd be the crowd favorite.
Thank you. I appreciate the validation.
You're welcome. Next up,
Flying Blind, baby. Okay.
Niecy, did I say that right? Versus Dorothy Dandridge.
Niecy, okay. Niecy's fresh in the brain. I think she would absolutely die for you. Like if she was going, like she is who I would want beside me. Game aside, in a bar fight, Niecy, right next to you, like that's who you want. 100%. Ride or die.
I feel that.
I love her.
Fight to the death, I think.
Okay.
Well done. That was square up.
All right. Pick another number.
All right, we're gonna go with let's go with number 1. Let's do it.
Okay, number 1, royalty.
I'm excited for this one.
Shall I do this one, David?
That's all you.
Okay, royalty. A discussion on royal gossip. Let's get started.
I'm ready. This one I'm prepared for. I'm much more prepared for this. Let's go.
Because this was the week when the royal family was in the news. So let's talk about it. So bigger fashion icon.
You know what? Princess Di broke barriers, right? Like she was like the first one to be in the moment, to be in like today's world. But Meghan Markle elevated the craft. Meghan Markle, honestly, and like right now, my heart is with Meghan Markle always, 100%.
All right, we're going.
Not fair to pit these two women against each other.
It's a hard one.
It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's right. Kid Tempest just pointed out Princess Di has a song made about her by D.P.S. Mode. That's pretty iconic.
Extremely iconic. I mean, like if it's who's the icon, Diana's the icon. But like right now, Megan's doing something different. I'm gonna give her credit. Let's give her a win, guys. Okay. It's been a rough week.
All right.
You can't beat that Depeche bump.
Damn.
Really.
All right, next one. Who's got the most gangsta scowl? QE2 or Princess Charlotte?
QE2 has got that's consistency over generations of absolute scowl, like absolute bitch face, like total like it's not even a resting bitch face, it's an active bitch face. But
Princess Charlotte is out here mean mugging for days.
She's starting young, and like I really appreciate the natural ability there, and you have to assume QE2 has like worked it over the years. But, but you know what, you got to respect the years and the just the amount of work that she's put in there to be an absolute. No, I'm not going to say that on television. I'll get myself in trouble. Not the nicest. She's on my shit list right now.
She's got a gangsta scowl.
She does. She wins.
Yeah.
Charlotte, she's got real Lyanna Mormont vibes. There,
wow.
I gotta say, Game of Thrones reference.
Nice.
All right, sorry.
No,
next one. Which royal uses seasoning in his food? Prince Charles, because he likes to pose on Instagram with black people to prove he's not racist, or actually Harry?
Charles has like he literally only has salt and pepper in his house. That's it. Like there's nothing else. Like maybe there's like a piece of garlic, like a head of garlic, like rotting in the back, but that's it. Like Harry is in the kitchen. Like he's got all his different, like he's got everything everywhere. Like Harry seasons his food. Charles has never met an ounce of seasoning in his life.
I'm so sorry. I did not mean to like ruin your day with that meme I made of Prince Harry.
I loved it. It's Prince Charles has never like eaten a piece of chicken that's not just like as white as his flesh. Like it's just plain, like with a little bit of that like white sort of gunk that you get on it. It's just that's clear, just chicken.
Fair. Yeah.
Harry for sure.
I can just imagine Harry trying the seasoning, and every time he's just like, oh my.
Everything's spicy. Like he has like a little bit of paprika, and he's like,
oh.
I mean, I like it, but it's a little bit much, right? Is it?
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Dabs his forehead. Yeah.
All right. Next one. Who is the actual lizard person?
So I've watched now all of The Crown. This is where all of my information comes from, knowing full well it's a fictional show, but it's like fictional, wink, wink, fictional, where it's like, y'all are bad people. Prince Philip, he's got all the Nazi connections. Like he's done some shady shit. I think, and like, I mean, look at that man. I'm sorry.
He's a lizard person?
He's the lizard person. Meghan Markle defended Queen Elizabeth at least a little bit. Prince Philip, he's the lizard person, 100%.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I think that was it for royalty. Yeah. Because we have one more. One more. Oh, yes, one more. Who's better at infiltrating the royal family? Camilla or Oprah?
Camilla fell ass backwards into it. She stumbled around and just like, that was not her. She did a terrible job at infiltrating it. Oprah knew exactly what she was doing. She sat down that day. She had a game plan. She's like, I am taking down this monarchy by myself. And she nailed it. So yeah, Oprah. 100%.
Oprah. All right. That is royalty.
I was really hoping this would come up on today's call. I was like, this is the one thing I want to make sure we have to discuss, because this is all I've thought about all week.
Yes. Well, we've got we've got time for one last game, and it is I'm missing Dr. Tina Talon in the chat this week, because I know she lives for this. So if you're watching on the replay, Tina, this one's for you. This is our signature game on this show. We legally cannot do a show without doing this particular game. Marissa, are you ready?
Is it the cats?
Is it a cat? Is it a cat?
This is why I had to breeze through the first rounds, because I wanted to make sure we hit the cats.
It's a cat.
Yeah. We almost didn't play it once, and there was a riot.
It was not good. It was not good. We learned our lesson. Okay. So Marissa, my dear, this week, and I wore the shrill sweater for you.
I love it. We'll plug our little pod at the end.
Yeah. This week you've got to tell me if the thing I name is a cat from the musical Cats, a Halle Berry roll, a Guy Fieri recipe, or a British monarch.
Oh boy.
All right.
Ready?
Hold on. A monarch, a cat, Guy Fieri. What was the other one?
Or a Halle Berry roll.
Of course. It's the thing.
Cat,
All right, I'm ready, guys.
Berry, British monarch.
Ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. It's rapid fire. We're gonna just do it. Okay. Mac Daddy Roni salad.
What? Sorry, you broke up a little bit. Macaroni salad.
Mac Daddy Roni salad.
Oh, Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri. All right. Griddle bone.
Halle Berry.
Cat. It's a cat. Sorry. Okay.
Griddle bone.
Cat.
Okay.
Okay. Longshanks.
Oh, cat.
It's a monarch.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Shanks or something is a cat. And so I was like, they got to be in the same family. It's adjacent. It's similar linguistically.
Longshank's the one who fucked up the Scottish, right?
Something like that.
So. Yeah. Boof would know. Where's Boof?
Where is Boof Wellington? All right. Next one. Egbert.
That's a cat. That's a cat.
No, it's a monarch. You were so close.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I saw the movie in the theaters. The Cats movie.
I know.
No.
I was one of the 5 people who saw it.
I know. I was with you in spirit.
Thank you. I enjoyed it.
Okay. All right. We can do this. Louisa Ray.
Oh, Halle Berry.
Halle Berry roll.
Okay.
Grisabella.
I was too confident.
Yes.
Cat. Grisabella's cat. That one's an easy one.
Cat.
Layup.
The cat. Okay. Kurt Mantle.
Kurt Mantle.
Kurt Mantle.
Monarch.
Monarch. Correct.
Mhm.
Okay.
Nice.
Guy Tally and nachos.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Guy. That's a Guy recipe. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Asparagus.
Cat.
That is a cat. Yes.
Nice.
I feel like I watched an episode the other day, and that was one of them, and I was like, asparagus. That can't be a cat, but it was a cat.
It was a cat.
Yep.
Okay.
Stuck in the old noggin.
Okay. Ovid.
Monarch.
Halle Berry role.
Ovid?
In Cloud Atlas.
Oh, okay.
All right, that tracks.
Yeah. Okay. Sinful, C-I-N, sinful peach cobbler.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that one to Guy.
That is Guy Fieri.
That sounds delicious.
Yes. Ginger ale.
Oh, Halle Berry.
Halle Berry. Yes.
I was paying attention earlier when I was failing. Cat.
Okay. Rumple teaser.
Oh, cat.
That is a cat.
One of the best
Mhm.
ones.
Yes. Okay. Baltimore beef bad boy.
Guy.
Guy Fieri.
It's a Guy.
Guy Fieri. Yes. Indian party guest.
Halle Berry?
Halle Berry in Cloud Atlas as well.
Jesus.
That feels like
I
the
know.
wrong answer.
Okay. You got it. You got it. Jemima.
Halle Berry?
Cat. It's a cat.
Jemima is a cat?
Jemima's a cat.
Dude, at this point, any of these could be Cloud Atlas roles.
That movie really throws off my logic here.
It really does.
Okay. All right. Ethelred.
Cat. No, Monarch.
Monarch.
Nice.
Yes.
Monarch.
The cats and the monarchs, there's a lot of overlap.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Weird spaghetti.
Guy.
Guy Fieri.
Mhm.
Okay. Old Deuteronomy.
Cat.
That is a cat.
Confident
That is a
about
cat.
that one.
Okay. Marinim.
Monarch.
Halle Berry in
Ooh.
Cloud Atlas.
God damn.
Are you serious?
I'm joking.
What's
I
the
can't
premise
make
of this movie? Do you have 30 roles in this movie?
No one knows. No one knows.
It's like Tom Hanks and Halle Berry play different people in like 40 different timelines or something,
Yeah.
right?
That
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all
Okay.
are tricky.
Okay. You could just a few left. You can do it. You can do it. Donkey sauce.
Guy.
Guy Fieri. Yes.
Mm.
William Rufus.
Cat.
Monarch.
It's really going back and forth on that one.
Okay. Bill Bailey.
Monarch?
Cat.
There's a cat. Who names their cat Bill?
T.S. Eliot. It's T.S.
He needs to go to work. He needs to go to the
T.S. Eliot.
office. Okay.
He's like, I've used old Deuteronomy. What do I have left?
Two
Bill?
left. Two left. You can do it. Two left.
Okay.
Sharon Stone.
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry. Yes.
Mhm.
And last one. This is tricky, and I'm so sorry. I hope you talk to me afterwards. Victoria.
Okay, Victoria, I think, is a cat.
A cat and a monarch.
And
but a cat.
okay, all right. I'll take it. I'll take the half a win. That's fine.
Yes. You survived. You did it.
You got 18 out of what, 25? Not bad.
Yeah.
All
That's
right,
good.
I'll take it. Not great, but it's not bad.
No,
I'll
it's
take
good.
it.
It's still good. No, people suffer through this.
It's like a
You did well.
77.
I'm
I don't
definitely
know.
sweating. Like that was I'm sweatier than I was expecting to be after that, for sure.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I loved it. Loved every minute.
Marissa, tell us where we can find you on these internet streets.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter, Instagram at Hi, This is Marissa. And then if you're interested, Miss Tooky Kavanaugh and I have a podcast together called Loud Women Podcast. We recap the show Shrill on Hulu, featuring Queen Ms. Adie Bryant from SNL. And we're currently on hiatus, but we will be coming back for season 3, third and final season, starting. We'll probably get back at it in like April. Season starts in May. So yeah, check me out there. But until then, just follow my dumb opinions on Twitter at Hi, This is Marissa.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It was really fun. Thanks, guys.
That's Marissa.
Oh, we did it. Didn't we do it? Chat, we did it.
I feel we did. We're there and back again, as Frodo Baggins might say. Also, you're muted. So it might be. Has the time finally
Am
come?
I
Oh,
muted?
never mind. Oh,
Shit.
I almost got to take us out. I almost did.
Okay. Well, folks, next week we've got a doozy for you. Shall we play the trailer for next week?
Is this about to erode all the goodwill you've built up with me?
No.
She says sneakily.
No.
Oh boy.
Oh, next week's film.
Holy fucking shit.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh no. Matt, HR is so pumped. What is this, Terminator?
No.
John Spartan. Cryo
Yeah.
sentence 70 years. Oh my god.
Are you ready, David?
This is
Are you
like
ready?
if Carbonite was shitty.
I know. Wesley Snipes with blonde hair. Are you ready?
Oh,
The
this
90s.
is the blonde Wesley Snipes.
Yeah. It's available.
Eternity.
If you're interested in watching, anyone in the chat, we're muting it because goddamn Tyler Perry. But
yeah. That's fair.
yes, this is our bad film of the week for next week. It's available to stream right now on Hulu if you got that.
You know, I was just in a conversation. Oh, Sandra Bullock. I was
Bullock's in this.
just in a conversation with some friends lately, and we agreed. Wesley Snipes. Wow. What
Rob Schneider's in this
Rob
too. We don't
Schneider.
talk about that.
He was in Judge Dredd too. What's with Rob Schneider showing up in shitty Stallone action movies?
Yeah.
And oh my gosh. But like Wesley Snipes fucking rules, man.
He does. He does. He was great in Coming Number 2 America. So
Yeah.
check him out in that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, Tooky. If anything, you are adding to the goodwill here.
Okay. All right.
I gotta say, this is, not to be a prototypical masculine dude, we know how much testosterone I just ooze, but gotta say I'm pretty excited for this.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad this is something you'll look forward to for sure. Demolition Man. Yes, available to stream on Hulu. That is our bad film of the week next week if you want to get in on that. But, proceed with caution.
I'm excited. I'm very
Friends and
excited.
lovers, this has been The Rehash. We love you to death. Thank you so much for watching. Check out 3weeks.courses for a new round of courses that they've got to improve your life skill. Check out the Rehash merch on TeePublic.
We got a lunchbox.
It really helps the show. It really
does.
It really does. And
follow, subscribe.
And David, you good?
I'm great. Are you?
I'm good. Chat, I'm glad you're all good. And we'll see you next week. Love you.
Love you.